Hi, I'm Dr. Clare Steffen, and I'm here today to talk about message music. And I created a small card deck. It's very tiny, it fits in your pocket, so you can take it anywhere, anytime. So if you're out with dinner with friends and you're waiting for your dinner to come, you could pull out the cards and have a little discussion about music. Or you could carry them in your purse, or if you're having a cup of coffee with a friend, you could pull them out and talk about music a little bit. It can be a way to connect with your friends and enjoy some time together, just sharing music. And message music is a movement to promote that there is messages in music of all different genres, and that I want to support this universal messages that can be found in three different types of music. You can find it in religious, spiritual, or universal music and make a connection that way. And it can be used to increase social awareness, empowerment, and raising the spirit. And message music is also there for healing, meditation, transcendence, or to promote mindfulness. So there's that type of music as well. So we respond emotionally to music, and it's learned through associations, and we expect to hear patterns in music. And music evokes universal emotions that are experienced all around the world. Because it activates these strong emotions, it arouses our nervous system. So, really, if you think about it, music happens in the context of culture and creates a time capsule of what is occurring at the moment the music was recorded. So, I took the time to think about this in regards to themes. And as I said, these themes can be found universally. So people all around the world experience these emotions. But I wanted to think about it in ways to simplify it. So if we're listening to songs, we could be looking for these themes that we all experience emotionally. And so the first one that comes to mind is love. And in these cards, I do have some references to biblical passages to support them. But also, there's just questions and conversational kinds of ideas to share to discuss the topic of love when it comes to music. So, message music is really universal consciousness, and it's the spirit of oneness that is in a universal truth that can be found all around the world because we're all worthy of love. So, that's the first theme of music that I like to address. The second one is hope. And I'm thinking in this case that, there are times in our life where we're all struggling and we need to experience support from one another to feel hopeful. Because if we lose hope and we lose sight of that, we can experience depression or anxiety. And so the ability to heal is within each of us, individually and collectively. And we can work together to heal ourselves and to heal our families and our communities, and with this global intention. So, message music is the expression of that intention, and it is in this healing that we find hope. So, I think that's a really important theme to look for in music. Like I said, it could be country music, it could be new age music, it could be bluegrass music, it could be rock, it could be metal. You can find these themes in pretty much anywhere that you're going to hear music. The next theme is forgiveness. And, it's a human emotion that occurs on a continuum and may or may not fit within the functional behavior that it's considered. Sometimes we need to forgive, other times maybe we don't. And we really have to think about that on a conscious level as to when it's important to forgive another person or to forgive ourselves. And we do this so that we don't experience isolation because we are really social and we need to be able to connect and support one another. So, a remedy to isolation is forgiveness of ourselves and of others. So, it's important that we work on that particular skill set as well. The next theme that I look for in music is freedom. So, there's many different songs that not only evoke the feelings of freedom, but they're freedom songs that are meant to make us consider the importance of the freedoms that we have. And so there's many historical examples of this type of message music that's allowed people to overcome emotional pain, and it can truly be found in most genres of music. The next one is empowerment, And there are songs that are strictly meant to bring about empowerment because it brings people together in an effort to overcome obstacles and to transcend conditions that would be oppressive otherwise. So I think of this music when I'm thinking about social change. Music of the 60s in particular was good for that type of message. And the last group is acceptance. So music has always been a way to communicate our feelings, our struggles, and the need for change. And it helps us cross racial barriers, social barriers, and it uplifts and inspires. And so, as I said, acceptance can be something that we struggle with, accepting ourselves, accepting others. So I'm sure there's many other themes that we could think of in terms of message music. But because of the way of our brain organizes, it's best to think in terms of like 3 to 7 areas that help us categorize our thinking. And so I kept it simple at 6 different traits here. So we think about music in terms of love, we think about it in terms of hope, forgiveness, freedom, empowerment, and acceptance. And I'd like to see this genre of music grow as its own genre in which all of these different related genres would fit under the category of message music. Traditionally, we think of message music as it links to religious or spiritual music, but I really do think we can be more broad and expansive when we think about spirituality and social change and our culture and cultures of other people around the world, and that this love is universal. Feelings of hope are universal. We all need to feel accepted. We all need to feel freedom. We all need to feel empowered. And all of us need forgiveness. And I think that it's an important time for us to be thinking about how to come together in this universal way through music, because it helps us overcome obstacles and barriers that socially are sometimes ways that keep us from communicating as well as we can. So I do hope you'll be interested in the message music cards, and the place where you can find them to purchase is by going to my website, coachingchoicecollege.info. And if you go to the choice card deck page and you link on the thumbnail for the little cards that looks like this, it's got a picture of mountains. And if you click on that thumbnail, it will bring you to my store within makeplaincards.com to Choice Studios where you can purchase them. And they're very inexpensive. I really wanted to promote the idea of message music as a universal message. And they're a lot of fun to play and have discussions with friends and family. So I encourage you to use them. Thank you very much for listening.